For cheap gold, items and other boosts for Diablo 4, visit aoeah.com. Check out the link in the description, you get 3% off with the code ARIAT. Hello and welcome everybody. In this video we will have a look at the Season 7 Lightning Spear Mage. There are different ways to build, and I'm afraid the most powerful variant makes use of a bug again. With this snapshot bug, every lightning spear will overpower until you die or leave the area. To activate the bug, you need to cast 4 ball lightnings, then drink potions to trigger the rune word Yaxxan, and then fire the lightning spear. Now all your lightning spears will overpower, and you can use all your skills in any order, but you should avoid to cast multiple ball lightnings in a row again. This would break your snapshot. When I failed the snapshot or broke it while playing, I was not able just to re-snapshot, so this is kinda buggy. Let's have a look at the skill tree. We have some skills that we don't put into the action bar, because they will cast automatically while our ultimate skill Instable Currents is active. We need the ball lightnings for the snapshot, and to charge up crackling energy in between, so the roaring lightning spear will do more damage. For maximum damage, always check your crackling energy before casting the spear. As you can see, there are different passive skills to increase the damage, and the key passive is Enlightenment. To charge up the boost much faster, you will cast Ice Blades, Ice Armor and Flame Shield in addition to your lightning skills. You should always alternate between the different elements, like that you also avoid breaking your snapshot. In the enchantment slots we put Teleport, with some boots resetting the evade cooldown, this adds much mobility. In addition, I like to use the Ice Blades, but you can also feel free to try anything else here. In the Paragon system we play the board's Static Surge, Elemental Summoner, Frigid Fate and Searing Heat. All legendary nodes add strong multiplicative damage increases. You can decide between different glyph setups. In my opinion, these 8 are the most useful ones for this build. They each add 2 multiplicative damage increases, and they all got their qualities. Control has a huge damage boost against crowd-controlled enemies, but in boss fights it only adds damage while the stagger bar is triggered. Eliminator is great to clear the map, and it's also strong in PvP, but in boss fights it's completely useless. So here you can see my final setting. I play Destruction, Elementalist, Tactician, Charged and Flame Feeder. It is great for speed clearing the pits. In the last board I can vary the glyphs without changing any nodes. Finally, the items. There are different options in most slots I will explain to you. Since we do overpower damage, we generally prefer greater affixes on life, but on the Harlequin crest the cooldown reduction would have more priority. The chest is the Shroud of False Death or Arraignment of the Infinite. The Shroud is great for its +1 to all passives, and with the GA on life it pays double. The Raiment adds much damage by the extra ranks to Glass Cannon, and it makes your teleport stun enemies, but you have to be more careful. In the armor I put the rune word Yaxxan. We can play a Temerity or a TIbaults. Temerity is kinda tanky and has the advantage of easy snapshotting, because you can drink potions at full life here. TIbaults on the other hand adds more damage, but you need to get hit by monsters for snapshotting. Priority affix on both pants is max life of course. I use different rune words here. Seer Vex regularly increases our skill levels. Feoquax is a nice damage increase after getting injured or crowd controlled. On the gloves and boots we like greater affixes on life and intelligence. Here we play Stormswell aspect plus concussive strikes or exploiter. On the gloves you also prefer attack speed, And the boots should have the inherent affix to reduce evade's cooldown. We want to temper crit damage, evade cooldown and CC effects. On the amulet we want to have primordial bindings and ideally some other useful passive skill and or intelligence. Here we put the aspect Inner Calm. Then we put the Tal Rasha ring with priority on cooldown reduction and some legendary ring with intelligence, life and attack speed. Here we can put some more damage aspect like shredding blades. We prefer to temper critical strike damage as it also increases our main aspect. Another option would be a ring of starless skies with priority on attack speed, so if you have one, you can just try out. The occult jewels are Friend of the Bog, Phantom String and Tottling's Wish. The basic way to play this build is a two-handed staff with intelligence, life and critical strike damage and the aspect of splintering energy. And of course we want to temper more critical strike damage and the chance for a lightning spear to deal double damage. Another way to play this build is a Doombringer. Like that you put splintering energy on the amulet and Inner Calm on the focus. Here you can also get further cooldown reduction. This variant is nice when you have a Doombringer with greater affix on life and maybe at least a double hit with the upgrades. Like that you get a huge amount of life and high overpower damage. But when failing the snapshot, this variant also loses very much power. If you wanna go PvP that doesn't matter, as most enemies will die on a single spear anyway. So here you want as much life and damage reduction as you can get. You prefer the Doombringer and maybe even added Turiles and or Endurant Faith Gloves. Like that you can make sure to survive until your spear has hit the enemies. Finally the Witchcrafts. I play Hex of Whispers, Hex of Flames, Grow, Aura of Siphoning and Force of Will. In the middle you can choose as you like. I prefer the Spirit or Pyronado. Last but not least, some more words on the gameplay. You maybe will need some practice for the snapshot. You have to do it in the right order. First cast the 4 ball lightnings, then drink 4 potions to trigger the rune word, and then cast Lightning Spear. If it has worked, you will only see orange damage numbers on that shot. All your other skills will still do yellow damage numbers. Only your Lightning Spear overpowers from now on. To avoid destroying the snapshot, you should always press your keys in a controlled manner. So only fire single ball lightnings in between to recharge crackling energy. Best is to alternate them with your cooldown skills. You should use them regularly anyway to trigger all damage boosts. Outside the pits, you don't even need the snapshot, and when playing without overpower damage, you can play a setup with less life and highest priority on critical strike damage. Like that you also don't have to watch your playstyle, you can just smash buttons as you like. However you're gonna play it, this build is a lot of fun and also very mighty. I wish you a lot of fun testing, take care and may the loot be with you.
Follow me. Thank you. Goodbye.